So, summer of anime 2024 has finally started, and one of the things I didn't realize came out until recently, like I just woke up and come from work, and yeah, this aired Friday. This freaking aired Friday, and I totally missed it. Yeah, but this is Nier Automata version 1.1a. I guess you can say it's episode 11. Well, I mean 13, I guess. Because they're going on with part 2, core 2, whatever it may be. But yeah, this is it. And I am so excited because I really want to see how they take this and where they're going to go with it, what differences they're going to have, and what similarities they will have. So after watching this episode, I have some theories, some speculations about what's really going on behind the scenes. Stuff that we don't get to see even within the books or stage plays or whatever else source material you have to dig through. So this episode seemed like I thought they were going to start off right after ending B and go into parts C when it comes to everything. But no, that's not what they did. Instead, they're like, we're going to do some side quests. We're going to warm you up a bit. We're going to have 9S and 2B's relationship be a bit more explored instead of going on to the so-called final mission for humanity. Instead, it's going to be like whatever we can get. We'll probably get more like side quests, side stories about things we probably were hinted at in other source materials, as well as new things, and some things will change up. For instance, we had a side quest where they're helping out a red-hooded android who actually was a Yorha unit, who is guilty of the things they've done to the point where they kind of commit the suicide in a way. And the thing I don't get is all she did was fall. There's no way that fall should have killed her. Do you know how many times you fall in Nier Automata and you get a fall really high to really kill yourself in that game? Even when you do fall, you'll take some damage. There's no way in the world that fall should have killed them. Androids in that world are extremely adorable. So if that's the case, she must have been one heck of a weak android, but she had killed so much of a guilty conscience in a way, and INS wanted to hold on to that. But that's not the thing I really want to talk about. What I really want to talk about are two things. First, let's talk about the relationship between 2B and 9S, where we got some, spoilers for you non-source material watchers or non-gameplay watchers. Yes, 2B is designed to kill 9S every single time he gets close to finding out stuff about Yorha. And through this, you see it throughout the entire episode. You see hints of it. Like, 2B is about to try to slice him, but he has this coin that he has that distracts her, and she stops it. And as they leave the area, which is, that area is an Easter egg. Of course, the entire desert area is an Easter egg to the kingdom with the many, many strict rules from the original Nier series. And you see the puzzle that you had to do on your way to finding the prince who went off to look for a mask. Yeah, so they actually put that in there. So that was a little nod to that area. And heck, even some of the androids picked up the culture from there, but in their own way. And some of the androids you see out there, they'll wear masks and stuff, and they're trying to copy the culture, but not just right. But yeah, as they leave that area, you see a buried 9S into the ground in a way. And you also see 9S pulling some stuff too. It's almost as if they know they're trying to kill each other, but they're not talking about it. Because they don't want to ruin what they have between them. 9S is an optimistic, goody two-shoe boy who he's very curious and is very attached to 2B. Well, 2B is also attached to 9S, but she tried to keep her emotions away, but it's hard not to because of what she has to do. You spent so much time with this guy for God knows how many years and how many times you had to kill him, but you can't do it because you can't not help but get attached. You've been around this dude for so long, and you kind of drawn close to him to the point where you call him nines and stuff. And some have asked, when is this happening? I believe all the murdering is happening before, like, the ending of part 1 of the anime. And it's just showing other times that they've been around each other, going to the same places and just doing the same things and killing each other. But in a way, 9S is so smart because every time he dies, he loses his memory. They don't put his memory back on a bunker. But this dude somehow always seems to find a way. He was programmed to be so smart. And they don't want to decrease him. Heck, the difference between 9S is so interesting. I just dive into the entire origins of 9S, but I don't want to do that. Actually, I do, but I can't. I'll be here all day. Not all day, but for a good while. For why 9S is so smart and why is this always happening to him? How come he's always finding out about the truth of Yoha compared to all the other androids that are out there, especially Yoha units? Why him? I was hoping we get to see more scouter units around, more boy type androids throughout this part of the series and see other side quests that they're up to, in a way. So you can tell that this is a passing, and she calls him Nines. So in the first part of the series, he asked if she could call him Nines, but she said no. But it seems like she has called him Nines plenty of times before because she was growing attached to him. Sometimes it will go out for probably a long period of time, and other times it will last a short period of time. It depends on the situation they're in, whether he finds out the truth or not. So there's times where even 9S is trying to hack into 2B. As you're entering an area, he raises his hand off, and you know how he does his hacking is he raises his hand up, and she turns around and says, "What are you doing?" "Oh, nothing," and stuff because he don't show it. So when they're in the mall district area, and this scene that happens was actually supposed to happen in the first part of the series. Where they attack a strange robot machine, and they take it out, a mill pops out of the head. And this one's more animated. It's more active. It's talking and stuff. It's moving its mouth. And the thing that happened here is that in the first part of the series, you see a giant Emil head that's deep, deep down in the pacifist village. And you see that it doesn't move its head, but it can talk in a way. So I'm trying to guess, is that head the original Emil? And remember, no one knows what happened to the original Emil head. Even in the bonus fight you get in the video game, we have to fight Emil and you make him rest and stuff, because they're all copies. Even the one that is helping you out, they're all copies. So you're wondering what happened to the original head. Could the head still be around, or they all just went to sleep and moved on after that fight? So we don't know. So I'm guessing that could be the Emil head. That not the one we see right now, but the one you see inside of the pacifist village. And that's something that we don't get to see, because all the other Emil heads are out in the desert. Remember that, they're all out in the desert, but yet they all come in different shapes and sizes. And I really want to get into the Emil thing. Because remember, before the androids were fighting off the machine life forms, Emil was fighting the aliens. And Emil was supposed to be the ultimate weapon. Well, his sister, according to Nier Replicant / Gestalt, his sister was supposed to be the ultimate weapon. However, she absorbed Emil, and Emil took over the body, and then he became that skeleton-like creature, in a way, that used to have a body and everything. He wasn't just a head. Back there in the time of Nier Replicant. And even after the ending of Nier Replicant, he was able to rebuild himself a new body. But I guess this time he realized he didn't really need his new body, and he just needed his head, and he made clones, tons and tons of clones of himself to fight against the androids. So you have to ask yourself, how strong are these machine life forms? Even when you do fight, they give you a challenge, but they can't be that hard to fight. And the thing that people don't understand about the machine life forms is that, yes, they're that strong. They're the strongest force in the entire Dragon Nier universe, when you really think about it. Because you have Dragon Guard, we're fighting the Watchers and the other monsters and stuff. And then you even have the dragons. And then, of course, you have the the shadows, the shades, the Gasalts, and they're all fighting. But Emil was able to fight those things off too. Even the strongest Gasalts didn't stand a chance against them. But he couldn't win. The ultimate weapon that humanity has created could not win against the aliens. And because the aliens were truly that powerful, believe it or not, they were that powerful. And they were able to do so much damage. So, and the reason why in the game they're not that strong is because they're at a standstill. The machine network allowed them to be weak and give them a false sense of free will in a way, where all the machines were just going around doing other things like creating villages, kingdoms, and cults and stuff. So they're just doing their own thing because the machine network was curious and wanted to see what they would do. And then when it was bored, it would restart everything and put them back to their true violent state. So that's why a lot of people are curious of why the machines aren't as strong as they appear to be most of the times in the games. Is because the machine network, you know, is not in that mood right now. But originally, and you saw a hint of it in Pascal's memory where he's fighting off in the war, and you see the machines truly being a true threat. You can see it during A2's mission where they're that dangerous and destructive. The machines can be destructive if they want to. It's just the machine network won't allow them to do it at the moment because it's collecting more data. Ever since what happened to that mission with A2. And of course, what's going on with 9S. So things are going on. And of course, the commander of Yorha also realizes what's happening. Every time 9S is killed, she's hoping that maybe this cycle will end sooner or later, where they don't have to keep going back doing this war, and as well as 2B having to kill 9S. Because originally, 2B is actually 2E. That's why her name is 2B, is 2B or not 2B, because she's not really 2B, she's 2E. Executor unit. You know, there's the battle unit, the executor unit, and there's the assault unit with A2. So there's that in a way. So which one's the strongest? Well, I'm guessing A2. I'm guessing A2 is the strongest compared to 2B in a way. And watching the opening, which I like, Lisa is seen this time. I did enjoy Amir with Escalate, but I'm also enjoying Spaceship with Lisa, man. It's always good to see Lisa coming back and making a good anime opening and stuff. It's always nice to see that. So this one seems to be more focused on 9S this time as I'm watching the opening, compared to the first one, it was more about 2B in a way. 9S was just there. So you can tell that the dynamic of point perspective is about to change dramatically in a way, and you're seeing only 9S. If you play the game, you know. If you haven't, well, prepare for a ride, everybody. So what I'm trying to say is that they're going to expand probably, and what I'm hoping to do is that they will expand more onto some of the things that's happening, and as well as giving us some side stories that we've read or played within the game that we get to see animated. We did it in the first part, hopefully we get to see it again in the second part. I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, listening to Emmy Evans' sweet, beautiful voice and Kichi Okaboy's genius composer, I'm just excited for it all. Because right after this, later down the road, we're going to get Kami Ebre God App, which is another Yoko Taro's work, which I've picked my interest in. So anyways, that's what I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the background on anime. Signing out.